Nikkita and I'll be reading Diary of the Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. June, Friday. If there's one thing I learned from my years of being a kid, is that you have zero control of your own life. Ever since school lets out, I hadn't had anything I needed to do or anywhere I needed to be. As long as the air conditioning was working and the TV remote has batteries in it, I was all set for a relaxing summer holiday. But then, out of this blue, this happened. Pack your bags. We are going on a road trip. This isn't the first time Mom has sprung out a road trip out without any warning. Last year, on the first day of summer, she said we were going to upstate the first few days to visit Auntie Lorette at the nursery home. It wasn't exactly my idea of the fun way to kick off the summer. One time when we visited Auntie Lorette, her roommate grabbed me and wouldn't let me go until the staffer gave her a chocolate chip muffin. But Mom was just bluffing about going to the nursery home. At breakfast the next morning, she told us where we were really going. We are going to Disneyland. Me and my brother Roderick were happy because we were both dreading spending the first week on our summer holiday playing shuffleboard at the nursery home. But when my little brother Manny, heard about it, the change in plans, he totally lost it. Mom had talked up that Auntie Lorette trip so much that Manny was actually excited about the holiday. We ended up postponing our trip to Disney so we could visit Auntie Lorette. You think Mom would learn her lesson about surprise trips about that one? I knew exactly where this road trip idea came from because this new issue of the Family magazine came in the mail today. If I guessed, I'd say 90% of everything we do as a family comes from ideas Mom gets from that magazine. And when I saw the latest issue, I knew it was gonna get Mom's wheels turning. I flipped through the Family a few times and had to admit the pictures will always make everything look like a lot of fun. But there must be something wrong with our family because we can never measure up to ones that they show in the magazine. I guess Mom's not giving up, though she said the road trip is going to be awesome and that spending a lot of time together in a car will be a bonding experience for the whole family. I tried to talk to her, letting us do something normal, like going to the water park for the day, but Mom didn't want to hear it. She said the whole point of this trip is to do things we never done before and the experience. I thought Mom would have looped Dad in about a road trip idea, but apparently I was wrong because when he got home from work, he seemed just as surprised as us kids. Dad told Mom it was a bad time to be away from work and he didn't want to use his vacation days. He absolutely had to. Mom said there's nothing important to spend time with your family. Then Dad told Mom that he's really hoping to get his boat on the water this weekend, and if we went on the road trip, we wouldn't be able to. Mom and Dad got pretty along well in general, but one thing that guaranteed to cause a fight between them is Dad's boat. A few years ago, Mom sent Dad to get us some milk, but along the way he spotted a boat for sale in front of someone's yard, and before you knew it, the boat was in our driveway. Mom was mad that Dad didn't check with her first because having a boat is a ton of work. Dad said it's always his dream to have his own boat and that he could spend every weekend on the water as a family. So Dad got to keep the boat and seemed really happy, but things went downhill fast. A few days later, some people from the owners association knocked on our door. They said there were rules in our neighborhood against having a boat parked in front of your house and told Dad to have to move it to the back. The boat sat in the backyard for the whole summer because Dad was too busy and didn't have time to use it. Then in autumn, one of Dad's co-workers told him he had to winterize the boat to protect it from the cold weather. Dad found out it would cost more to winterize the boat than it would cost him to buy it, so he decided his chances. And so 2 weeks later, when the temperature dropped low, breezing, a big cracked hole appeared in the hull. When it started to snow, Dad rolled the boat under the back of the deck and sat there all winter and spring. Mom started using it to store all sorts of junks from the house. The next summer, Dad decided he was going to fix the boat. But when he went to pull it out from under the cover, he discovered a family of raccoons living in an old washing machine. Hiss! Scream! Dad called an exterminator to get rid of the raccoons, but when he heard how much that was gonna cost, he decided to take care of them himself. But then Manny heard about the baby raccoons living in the washing machine, and he had to step in. The boat has been sitting there ever since. I haven't heard any scurrying sounds coming from under the deck for a while, so I'm guessing the raccoons moved out. Today, Mom told Dad that he had the rest of the summer to get his boat out the water and pretty much gave up after that. Dad said we're going to have to leave the first thing in the morning, so we needed to start packing for the trip. She told us to bring bare instruments so we could fit in the minivan. By the time we got all our stuff out in the driveway, it was pretty clear we had a space problem. Mom started going through everything and sorted into 2 piles, things we needed and things we didn't. Roderick was pretty disappointed that some of the instruments didn't make the cuts. Mom made me leave a bunch of small stuff that which seemed pretty ridiculous, that Granny's plastic potty was coming along for the ride. Whenever we take a trip that's longer than 15 minutes, Mom brings Manny potty just in case, but I really get uncomfortable whenever Manny uses it. Whoosh! Whenever we take a trip that's longer than 15 minutes, Mom wouldn't let me and Roger take any electronics on the trip, even though they barely take up any space. Mom, she's always saying kids these days don't know how to socialize because they constantly get those noisy 2 inches from the skin. But I'll tell you this. When I have kids, I'm going to let them play whatever kind of gadget when they want. If you ask me, electronics are the key to keep family happiness. Even after Mom went through every single item in the driveway and cut all the things we didn't need, and there was still way too much stuff to fit in the van, I suggested we rent one of those giant vehicles because we could fit all our stuff in it and room spared. The way I see, if you want the whole family to get along, everyone needs their own space, and one of those RVs could spend the weeks on the road without even bumping one another. But Mom said RVs are too expensive and they get terrible petrol noises, so they put an end to that idea. Roger said we could get one of those trailers you could tow behind the car, which sounded smart to me. But it was pretty clear Roger was imagining that the trailer is a sort of mini apartment for himself, so he wasn't going to fly either. Then Dad chummed his own idea. He said we solved the whole space issue by just putting the stuff that didn't fit in the van into the boat, which we could just tow behind us. I think Mom realized that wasn't the option, so she gave in. But getting the boat into the driveway was easier, she said, than done. Not only did we have to take all the junk out of the boat, but it turned out there was a tree growing through the bottom. It took 3 hours to get the boat out from the deck, and let me just say, Mom did not exactly go out of the way to help. After we got the boat in the driveway, Dad patched up the hole in the bottom and cracked it with a hole with some duct tape. I just hoped they were not going anywhere on the trip though, because as far as I knew, the boat didn't come with any life jackets. Saturday, even though we added space from the boat, the minivan was still pretty full. I sneaked my pillow on the board at the last second because I decided to at least one luxury item. I found Roderick wanted to sit in the back of the minivan because whenever we go as a family, he likes to chase stretches and take a nap. To be continued.